Awez, and today we are reacting to Influencers Are Taking People's Kids Away by Abba and Preach. I really feel like what's this when it comes to like influencers, bro. A lot of us, especially like me too, have been raised by influencers. A lot of my mentors are basically influencers. I'm not gonna. It sounds sad to say this, but yes, a lot of my mentors are basically influencers. But that's besides the point. I don't know if this involves this video, but let's see. Let's dollar.
He's having a debate. This guy's like some kind of TikTok debater.
If I was dumb enough to send my kid in, it's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think
That's
that
my
you have the
responsibility as a
right?
father.
Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
They have no.
Hold up. Let me just read this. Dean Weathers orders his fan base to dox a father and report him for whatever that is, for saying that children are not able to consent. Yo.
No choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent, and I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never.
So he ends the call there. That ends the debate, I guess, with this guy.
Yeah, but he overreacted, I think.
Keep watching.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think that you don't deserve to have any custodial rights over your child. So for those watching, their handle is goatman91096. It's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software, or
you can find me. It's fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that.
Did it okay? What the heck? Bruh. No, you don't. You just don't do that, bro. You don't dox people, bro. You don't know how many crazy people are out there and how many crazy people are watching you, especially him. Because I know this he's like a political debater. And I know political people, bro. Political people are bad shit insane, bro. And you know your fan base are bad shit insane and you doxing somebody? What?
The kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
I would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
Because I want to find who you are so I could call CPS and have them take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you would like to try to do that.
Yes, I would. So
They would never even do it. That's the best part.
Okay. What's your name?
Because I would take the part, and I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say I would never put my child in that situation.
Okay. So what's your name?
So don't worry. Move the goalpost too, by the way.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said. That's why I'm saying he's overreacting, dude. It's not even him talking. It's his triggers.
No, that's not what I said.
So I'm not going to debate it with you. That is what you said. So I just putting this out there for anybody. Feel free to take his profile picture. Maybe you could go on like TikTok.com/his handle. You could save his profile picture, run it through some like reverse image search. Maybe it will link back to like a Facebook or something where you could find his name. And if you do,
Bro, he's even teaching them, even showing them how to actually get it done. How is he not arrested for that, bro? Is that not illegal? Did America not create a law that specifically like stops people from doxing people? I don't know, but like honestly speaking, bro, like they really need to create that law, bro. They need to create that law because we can't have this doxing every time, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy if it's like people that don't have any money to protect themselves. You know, if like I Show Speed and Kai Cenat dox each other, okay, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got security guards. They got people, many people watching, making sure that they're safe. But some random man, sir, bro, he doesn't have anything besides himself. And you're gonna dox though. You're gonna ruin a whole family, a whole everything because you feel some type of way. It's not, hold on. You gonna feel because you feel some type of way. Bro, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
if you do find said information, That's public, by the way.
You're more than welcome
Feel
to.
free
There's
to
nothing
feel
wrong
free
with
to
what I
take that
said.
information and report it to CPS. Feel free to take that information and report it to like the law authorities in this area. Feel free to take that information and report it to maybe his local CPS, etc. Child Protective Care, Child Protective Services. Feel free to do that. I'll go ahead and leave him on the live for around another 20 or 30 seconds here before we kick him, just so you guys...
Yo, you know what? You know what's crazy? Sometimes you talk with people, and then you're like, "Yo, that's not what I said." The problem is really that they are listening with their triggers. They're not listening with what you're saying, and then they just go off. And you're like, come, this dude was like, I never said that, and he never said that. He actually said, I would never put my child in that situation, and then boom, it doesn't matter what you said anymore. It's how you felt. And this guy goes 10 toes into his, oh, well, let's dox. That's two things. One thing is the fact that this guy literally listened with his triggers. That's one thing. But after that, you're like, we're doxing you. Or we're taking your child, your kids away. And this guy that's doing all this thing thinks he's doing a good job. He's the good guy in this story. In his head, he's the good.
A lot of people think they are the good guys. I was listening to this podcast. I don't remember what's the name of the podcast, so I won't really put it down. But basically, a lot of people, when they do things, they assume that they are the good guys. They assume. Not even assume. They know that they are the good guys. They know that they are the good guys. So, when he's doing all this, and he's acting crazy, he thinks that he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. Saving a child from this abusive father. Which, guys, if you really do believe that, if you really do feel like somebody's in danger, I do believe that you should take approach and you should help that person, but do it the right way. Not like how this Oki is doing, dog. There's systems and there's ways to do this. Right? But besides that, bro, a lot of people, that's why in debates and arguments, a lot of people are not going to really listen to you. Because they believe that they are the hero in the situation. And sometimes it could be because they talking to you from emotions. They're not talking from you from logical. Because emotional debating and logical debating are two different things. For anybody that's been in a relationship or has any type of relationship with anybody that's very serious, you realize when you're arguing with somebody that sometimes you're not debating with that person, you're debating with their emotions. And you cannot use logic to debate with somebody that's debating what emotions, and which I think Preach is calling it triggers, but I'm gonna say emotions. It's crazy, dog. It's really crazy that somebody that's a professional debater is debating what his emotions.
The good guy, so he has the right to do that. Let's do justice by me. But you're wrong. You're not even listening, my guy. You didn't go back and say, but what do you mean? Let me paraphrase what you said. You didn't verify. You went, oh, you said that. Okay, let's dox him. Oh my God, jail.
Right to jail, right away.
I don't even care that you wanted to dox him that badly. The thing is,
jail.
No, it's not even that. It's you didn't take the time to really understand, and then you're like, let's call CPS. What? Why are you guys out here trying to take people's kids away off of an internet debate? And
over something.
I just want to play the clip.
Over something you didn't say.
I have to play it back because I just have to re-listen just a few times.
You do you. I understand why you play back.
So here's the thing about what the guy said. The guy's correct.
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent.
Parents have jurisdiction over their kid.
They do.
Don't believe me? I've been to public pools many times, and I see a little baby running around naked.
Yep.
And there's adults around.
And the kids ain't got nothing to say about that.
And you know what? I can't tell the kid to put on some clothes because it's not my kid.
Nope.
And the parent doesn't have to do anything.
And no one's... Exactly, bro. If I ever have kids, bro, I believe that I would be a strict father. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be a quote-unquote strict father. but you can't really say anything to you. Can say something. You can say something, but it's not gonna do anything. So what's the point in saying it, right? If something like that does happen with like a baby going naked and just running out, bro, it's like, damn, bro. So what the heck? But yeah, bro, because you can't force a child to wear something. It's not your child. You touch that child, you're going to jail, right? Even when basically this way that whole like community, because in the past, right, where if you did something, the community would punish you. You know what I'm saying? The auntie or the uncle that saw you doing bad things would just hit you and then bring it back to your parents and explain to your parents why did they hit you. Right? Nowadays, that's not happening. Nowadays, you touch somebody's child, you're going to jail. they're not gonna like mess you up. No. Straight to jail. So there's that, and that's the reality of things. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a bit of both, but yeah. You don't have control, bro. So I'm saying a parent has full sovereignty to their child. They decide what goes and what doesn't go.
And no one's going to do nothing to that parent.
Nope.
Does that mean that as a parent, you could take your kid and send him off to be trafficked? Of course not. You're going to go to jail. That's trafficking. There's crimes involved in that.
But the kid ain't got to say.
Of course, as sovereignty, you still have responsibilities and there's laws to make sure that you don't abuse your child. But generally, you have full sovereignty over your child. If the sky is blue, if you say to your child the sky is blue, then the sky is blue. Full sovereignty. Now, of course, the government has full sovereignty over you. So, don't do anything stupid. Please, like, seriously, niggas, don't do anything stupid.
That's what he was saying.
But, you know, the whole talk about the kid's consent or whatever, like, if you think about it, this whole consent stuff only really applies to when you're adult. Yeah, parents have a lot of authority over their children. They tell them how to dress, what they can or can't wear, and they have the right to, and no one can stop them. They can't stop them. That's just a reality. I don't know if people realize that, but like, I see kids dressed incredibly, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, very inappropriate. And he brought up the example of pageants. That's perfect. I go to dance competitions and I see little girls look like they're ready for an Epstein video. Okay? That's what I think. It's normalized. Parent has the right to do that. We may not agree with it, but that's what it is. The idea that you're going to call someone's CPS over somebody saying, like, you know, they don't have consent, it is my decision. It's just the truth.
Over something that you didn't understand.
Yes.
There's a little bit of a God complex, you know, where you have followers and you're like, you dictate people, let me part the seeds for you so we can dock this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. And I see it more and more.
You know, I used to refer to this kid as like the Ben Shapiro of the left, but even Ben wouldn't call CPS on somebody to get their kids taken away. And Ben is pretty horrible. What is going on? Like, people are extending shit so far past the debate itself.
Ben Shapiro is, I don't know if it's evil or just an a-hole, bro. But yeah, that nigga is not cool, bro. Not cool at all. But
that they're now like involving government agencies and like law enforcement into like discussions because of a difference of opinion.
Yeah, because we disagree.
I have to wrap my brain around this. This is like a very bizarre one. I've disagreed with a lot of people's parenting.
God. You lost your kid. What happened? Oh, I debated a streamer.
What? Truly.
What?
Just look at his face. Like, he looks so shocked, and I was sitting there like,
it's flabbergasted.
I don't think it's as bad as you think it is if you just take a second to think about it.
It's not. He didn't listen to it. And he asked again. He clarified. He still didn't want to hear it.
Oh, you know what? Kids don't have a lot of consent over a lot of things. Want to know an example? School. Little nigga doesn't want to go to school. I don't give a fuck. You're going to school. In fact, the state will punish you if you don't put your kid in school.
Yeah, but we didn't have the kid's consent.
The state sometimes don't even need the parents' consent to force certain things on the children. This idea of consent with kids doesn't exist. Yes, you should take into consideration their wants and needs, but as a parent, sometimes you got to override that because they don't know what's best. All right? So that's one. Two, as far as this whole discussion goes,
I thought you was about to say, 2, you're fucking stupid. The timing would have been wonderful.
This whole CPS thing, like I've noticed this a lot lately. It comes down to even Ethan Klein and the whole, crazy leftist calling CPS on his kids and stuff like that.
They're calling CPS, Child Protective Services, to come to our house and break up our family. An agent showed up to our house saying that they had received...
Ethan lost weight though. And he's old as ish. But he lost weight though.
An anonymous tip that our children were crawling around in dog shit, eating dog shit, and contracting diseases. Not only have they called CPS on us, now they're starting to try to call in a 5150 to get me committed.
And justifying it. So Elo was in the ID.
Bruh. That is crazy though. That is literally crazy to do that to somebody. Like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, anybody taking anything. I don't even have a child, bro. Like, I couldn't even think of somebody trying to take away my family from me. I couldn't even. It doesn't even make. Woo!
Was in the IDF genocide, and they shouldn't have access to their kids. Like, I don't know. This is what they did to Ethan. That's what made Ethan lose his mind and file all these lawsuits. You know that, right?
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it.
How is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit.
No, I didn't know that.
And then Ethan's like, no, you have to understand, this is like an online thing. They're like, we don't care. So they started doing interviews on Ethan about his parenting. They started talking to the kids. You imagine how embarrassing that's got to be, how fucking invasive that is when the state comes in to be questioning whether or not you're fit to be a parent. That made Ethan fucking lose it.
The thing is, once you target my children, then a line's been crossed that cannot be walked back.
Oh, that's why you like, fuck all y'all.
I mean, I would be too.
I ain't mad at it.
It's fascinating because you realize this whole internet shit just gets more and more and more extreme every day. Mm-hmm. Like the shooting up another streamer because they talk shit about you on live, calling CPS on people's kids. Like the boundaries are being pushed to what's normal every single day. And there's evidence of that. Like this guy proudly told his audience exactly what to do, facial recognition software, all this stuff. And the thing is, this is something you should take incredibly serious because creators have a lot of sway over their audience. If that's how this man acts, trust me, his audience is probably pretty extreme as well. Probably there's a large segment of them who are going to support him irrespective of this, which means that there's a lot of people who are going to look for this man who said these comments.
Oftentimes, the people watching are more extreme than people being watched. They really, really, really go crazy when you give them the permission and you say, oh, he told me to do it. So, yeah, that could go really, really wrong.
Yeah. Definitely. This video was not what I thought it was gonna be, but golly, bro, it's still a very important topic that's being discussed here. It's crazy that some creators don't know how much. I think maybe, you know what though, again, I don't know if I said it in this video, maybe I said it in a previous video, where I don't think some people understand whether they what they do is just evil. So it's either they know it's evil, they know what they are doing, or they're ignorant, or ignorance, I guess, let me just use the whole word, to the effects of what they say, or what they do, right? Because, bro, a lot of things that's said by internet people affects the people that watch it. It does, bro. It does. I still can't watch certain streamers or certain videos or certain channels because of what they said about South Africa. I can't bring myself to watch them because all I want to do is rage. And I don't want to watch something because I want to rage, bro. I want to watch something because it's informative. You know what I'm saying? It affects. It really does. And then when it comes to these people, right, who are political debaters or political content, there is a lot of people who are very down with what they politics. There's literally armies Certain armies are created over political ideologies. Now imagine somebody, and it only takes one person, bro. It only takes one person to ruin your life. It doesn't take a lot. It only takes one bad day and one person to ruin everything. To ruin your life. Especially if you don't have the money. You don't have lawyers. You don't have doctors. You have nothing. It only takes one person to take everything away from you. And if they're crazy enough, they can torture you forever. So, man, it's crazy, bro. And I actually liked this debater, bro. I did. I really liked him, bro. I was like, yo, hey. Because I loved people that debate, bro. I like, even like Ben Shapiro, bro. Despite his views and all that shit, even if he's kind of evil in my opinion, his skills are amazing, bro. But actions, bro. Your lot actions, bro. Shitty dog. But thank you for watching the video, and thank you for being with your Owen. And like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, I've been the Lost Owen.